Hello everybody and welcome to the very first Toon Crazy review with your host Potty Boy, wearing this lovely blue dressing gown. yes, in fact, welcome to the very first Toon Crazy review, and for my very first review I'm going to be taking a look at the 1990s classic, that is Beavis and Butt-Head.
Now, before I get on to doing this review, guys, I must confess that I never saw this cartoon back in the day. We had Sky TV, but we didn't watch MTV as such, and so I just didn't really know about the cartoon. I knew about the characters at the time, though, thanks to a review of the Sega Mega Drive game in an issue of Sonic the Comic. That's when I became aware that there was a game called Beavis and Butt-Head, and there was the two characters as well. But I didn't realise that there was actually a cartoon until much later on. But when, of course, the film came out. Now, believe it or not, I've only just seen the cartoon and the film very recently, and they are, in fact, of course, the two things I'm going to review first for this channel. Whilst they're still fresh in my mind. Right, okay, on to the review. Beavis and Butt-Head tells the story of, well, it's basically about two guys, two high school teenagers, who are basically stupid as hell. Yes, the amount of stupid things they get up to in the show is just absolutely incredible. They got very little intelligence. They just got no real future or anything like that, and it's just kind of, they're just bums. You know, they just basically they just around doing nothing. They are stupid as anything, and basically, each episode is basically them going out to do something really stupid and things, and it's just creating all kinds of chaos. The show, of course, aired on MTV back in 1993 and ran up to 1997. Basically the program was basically, it was like you had like two 8-minute long cartoons and stuff, but you would have like these music video segments in between as well, apparently, whereby basically they used to sit down, they used to comment on the band, the songs, or the video itself, and it became sort of like, one of the main parts of the show. I haven't fortunately seen the music video segments. Unfortunately, I've only seen the animations, the cartoons themselves. And well, what do I personally think of them? They are funny. Yes, yes, it is. I can see why a lot of people love Beavis and Butthead. It is a really good laugh. It's like I said, it's totally stupid, but it's just a lot of fun to watch. Which it's just funny to see these two guys just simply just do basically they'll do anything stupid, because they just really don't know any better. I think there's one episode where they basically try to play the prank whereby you're basically trying to they're basically trying to ring the doorbell and basically run off. It's that prank. You ring the doorbell and you run off before the owner gets here, gets to the front door. Even they couldn't get that right. And so then there's one obviously where they're in school and they're basically being taught how to do animation, and of course with what their minds are like, they're thinking of death metal and things, and just killing, mass killings of people and whatnot, and in the end they turn around and said that their animation sucked because it's like we wanted to draw millions of people dying, we end up with two people. But surprisingly their animation was very good. So that is that's basically the show in a nutshell. It's stupid, but it's funny, and it's a really good. I'm glad I've sort of sat down. I've managed to watch it. The DVD set I was given contains the majority of the episodes, and it also did include the film as well, Do America. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just a very funny show. Other characters do appear, of course. You've got the likes of Tom Addison, who's like an elderly neighbour who's like nearsighted. You got David Van Dressen as well. He's like a hippie. He seems to be the only one who cares about Beavis and Butthead, because it's Yeah, he's a funny guy as well. You got Coach Bradley Buzzcott, who's like a Vietnam War veteran. He's served in the Marine Corps, and he's the only one who's actually willing to dish out punishment to Beavis and Butthead, in a way. The rest of them all seem, well, I suppose a few of the other cats as well. But anyway, you've also got Principal McVicker as well, who they often. They often Beavis and Butthead often refer to him as Principal McDicker. Dicker, but yeah, he's always really worried. He's really terrified of. He's really terrified of Beavis and Butthead, shall I say? He shakes when he speaks. He smokes heavily, and he's always downing whiskey and things. And he's always like he's just so but the thing is he's just so worried, so I know he's just so scared of Beavis and Butthead. But every time they get sent to his office, he's like, "Oh my god, god." You've also got yeah, you've also got Todd as well, who's like a criminal thug, and Beavis and Butthead are always trying to join his gang, but it never works out. And then finally you got Stuart Stevenson as well, who's basically like their little friend, and and it's basically like their little friend. He's a bit of a softy kid sort of thing. But I mean, there's one episode whereby they're trying to watch whereby his mum and dad have just got cable TV, and of course Beavis and Butthead come round, and they try and sit down and watch it, but the thing is they can't watch anything violent, and literally absolutely anything violent happens. It's mad as well. And I forgot to mention that when Beavis goes on a sugar rush, he turns into Cornholio. Yes, the Cornholio bits are funny. It's like I say, there's not much more I can say about this cartoon. Obviously, it's just literally about two guys being totally stupid, and of course causing chaos and destruction and terror for the characters that are around them. Like I said, each program is broadcast with two like 8 minute long segments with a music video in between. There is one episode. One episode. In fact, the last ever episode that was actually a full blown like 22-minute long episode. So that was the one thing I liked about the series, the fact that it actually ended. It wasn't cancelled. It's just that Mike Judge wanted to move on. Quit while he was ahead, and it was just a nice way to end the program. And it's a really, really good little episode, and I actually felt quite emotional near the end. but regardless to say, it was actually a very, very funny episode. I won't tell you what happens. You've got to watch it. Anyway, that is enough of me rabbiting on about this cartoon. What did I think of it? I think it's great. I'm really glad I finally got round to seeing it, shall I say? And it's very, very funny. I really liked it, guys. I'm going to just give this cartoon a big, big thumbs up. It's definitely worth checking out.
And that, my friends, is the end of my very, very first Toon Crazy review. I'd like to say thank you very much to Tony, aka ZXSS, for lending me the DVDs. And in the meantime, I'd appreciate if you could leave a comment on this video. I'd really appreciate some feedback, because this is my first review for this channel. I want to make sure that everyone enjoys it, and I want to know if you've got any recommendations for improving the show or anything like that. And of course, remember to click the like button as well if you enjoyed the video, and remember to subscribe as well, and all that usual malarkey. Okay, and I shall be back again soon with another video. And in the meantime, goodbye for now.